Well, hello there, and welcome to another flight today. As we fly from uh, the Auckland International Airport all the way to Wellington, and hopefully carry forward it to Christchurch, and then Queenstown, heading all the way down south. Um, I have just started it, so I am a little. I'm still setting it up, but yeah, why not? Apart from that, we expect fairly smooth skies actually today. Weather's looking pretty all right. Last night the weather wasn't that great, but yeah, today it's looking rather lovely. Let me quickly start my overlay so you guys can see it a little better. Right, there we go. So you should be able to see me and my flight plan a little better than what it is. Once that is done, let us quickly start setting up the airplane and we can have a chat as we cruise. All right, so first things first, as always, as we approach the aircraft, we're going to do a quick inspection of the airplane in terms of the landing gear doorways. They seem all right. The closed chocks have been placed and the APU area is clear. Let's quickly head inside the cockpit and let's do the first officer scans, which is verify the masters are off, engine mode selectors in the normal position. As we continue, spoilers are retracted and disarmed. Flaps are set to the position that they are effectively outside. The parking brake is set. I will have to, I think, manually place the chocks. The landing gear lever is down. As we come up, wipers are off. The batteries are looking good on the charge, so let's put them on. Get a little power there. Let's do a APU fire test. And we won't be hearing any chimes. Fun fact, you do not hear the chimes because the FWC tests haven't completed as yet. So until those happen, so let's just take in the ground power. So you'll be able to hear all the FWC checks happening in the background. EOBD is greater than 60 minutes. Okay, yeah, it's showing 7:55, so let me amend this to maybe say 8:30. Okay, make it, let's make it like 9 o'clock. So that helps it. Oh, it just won't work. 8 o'clock should be fine, so let's make it 8 o'clock. And yes, please. That's all right. All right, ground services, let us connect the chocks and phones. Let's connect the preconditioner. You don't want to be boarding passengers. Let's toggle the jetway. Let's open our doors and let's hopefully all the FWC checks seem to be completing. You still have a couple of faults coming in. Okay, so it says fuel auto feed fault, center tank cross transfer on, and center tank right transfer also on. Let us quickly see. It's that's going to be part of the scan as we do it. So we're disregarding that for now. And since his scans are complete all the way after taking the ground power, APU is going to be starting a little later. Let's start the aiders on that light. 2. And that's 3. Right. Since that is done, we can all cross-check our takeoff data, so we can pick up our flight for some reason. Well, since it hasn't, we can always manually tune in NZAA. And before I forget, let me go and turn on my VPilot. We're gonna sync up. What's the weather that we are expecting today to depart out of? Let's open our SimBrief panel. Fetch. All right, in the 6 to 5 is set, and we expect to depart 05 right. So let's select 05 right there. Runway surfaces are looking wet. Flap is auto. We are going to take off with backs on. The temperature reported is 17, so NTS will not be required. And let's sync the live weather and let's do a quick calculation. Right, the data is here. Let's do our quick FMS initialization that involves AOC menu, flight init, init data request. We just picked up our flight, that is ANZ 625, departing from Auckland all the way to Wellington. Alternate is Christchurch. It may not be required, but we filed in it for precautionary purposes. The aircraft status remains good. We have a CFM 565B4. The nav database is valid, and the performance and idle factors have been cross-checked. It was one of the brand new airplanes of the fleet. Right. As we continue, the first officer can proceed for the walk around while I do my checks, which is checking the recall 3 times, corrections for 3 seconds. Alright, so that's a fault related to the carburetor configuration, because we have fuel in the center tanks and the pumps are off, so it's not able to correctly configure itself. Apart from that, AP1 and 2, that is pretty normal with the aiders still aligning themselves. So no faults as such. Aircraft acceptance is complete. Let's quickly go ahead and do our overhead checks. Crew supply is off. Shock and brake is set. Ground control is on. AVR test. And I heard the chime there. Captain pursues to captain. Let's put this to status and on aider 1. So time to nav is 4. Strobes are to auto. Rest of the lights remain low. Good. The date today is the 23rd, so it's an odd date, so we're gonna keep it at number 1. Auto and arm. All this is looking at right. Landing elevation is at auto. This is also at auto. I do not know the passenger count as of now. And while we're at it, we can quickly tell it to start our boarding. So mass imbalance, load aircraft. It's gonna be a fast load. We are expecting 109 only today. So since we're expecting only 109, this goes down to low. Batteries are normal. Let's put the fuel pumps on, and that portion should go off now. The engine fire test. 1. 2. Audio switching is normal, and everything looks here alright. Switching is about 1 o'clock. Alright, coming down here, we do have the QNH correctly set. The landing gear lever is down, and the anti-skid is in the on position. Lovely. Let's start. programming our MCDU. So as we have here, the nav database has been cross-checked. The position monitoring page is in the aligned position. Let's do an init request and a win request. Oh, sorry, that won't happen until the init request completes. There it is, win request, return, and send brief panel, please. Our flight number is AN3625 with a cost index today of 6. That's a fairly low cost index, and we're going to be climbing at flight level 320 and expecting a top of climb temperature of -49. So you can just enter 49 and the airplane is smart enough to pick it up. At 320 you should not have a positive number. Ground temperature today in Auckland is reported at 17 degrees. And departing out of 05Y, we expect the Recce for Quebec. So let's look at that. Recce for Quebec, and with a transition of card. So card, insert that, and if we do go by our flight plan, we go all the way Kappa, and thereafter we come in by the arrival, depending on what the situation will be. It is not a very long flight. We expect only about 45 minutes of airtime. So we will set it up as we proceed. Alright, while I'm at it, let me open Navigraph and quickly set in the chart. Oh my god, for the last time. I'm just gonna have to set it up, just give me a minute. Charts are opening up. Let's import the route. And it has picked it up. And let's look at the departure chart of Recce for Quebec. Recce for Quebec, there it is. Let's spin this chart. And we can see we're going to be departing out via Recce. We proceed like this to Vinod, and then all the way down south, and we come in to Car. We will discuss this in our briefing, so we can just keep it handy as we proceed. That accuracy is upgraded, lovely. Secondary flight plan is going to be a copy of active with a turn back from Vinod. So that's going to be NZAA, new destination. And since runway 05 right is the news, we're going to plan that an ILS to come back with a no star and no VIA. Let's quickly finish our performance, and as we proceed here, the winds are 010 at 15. Wow, it's a dusty day today, so it's going to be interesting to take off from here. The temperature is 17 and a QNH is 1015. The approach minimums as we carry out, if we do come back and land, approach, we're going to be doing an ILS TME. Let's spin this as well. It's going to be today an approach minimum of 215 with the full approach light system available. Boarding complete. Oh, wow, I am the one who's late today. So that's 215. Next, this is all right. Let's quickly trade in some numbers. We expect a zero fuel weight of 50. 4.8, and an arbitrary CG of 30. The fuel today is 5.3, and wind is not available because we already requested wind, but alternate fuel is 1.4, so 1.4. That looks all right. GPS's primary is checked, giving us an MDF of 2.4, and what we require is about 2.6. So that it's more conservative. We've already calculated our pre-takeoff data, and that gives us. Oh, I did. I think final. And so we get 2 down 0.6. $68, $29, $30, $31. Oh, and it's changed it to twice, so we're gonna have to recalculate that. So that's 2 down 0.6, 68, 26, 30, 30. Everything else looks alright, and we should be fine. Let's check in our position monitor page. Everything looks alright. On our ECAM pages, engine oil is good. We are above the requirement. The hydraulic quantities are all in the green, and the pressurization page reports a landing elevation of auto of 50 feet. That is into our destination. Alright, I'm assuming the first officer is back from his walk around and is gonna cross check the MCD. Once he's done with that, we're gonna proceed setting in the EFS panel. So that's that for me. We do not have ATC, so I'm going to set all the way 320. And the same thing this time, I'm going to give him constraints, and we can keep that page, but let's give him. And with that done, we can quickly check our oxygen. Oxygen looks good. Let's do a quick brief. Alright, as we brief today, a departure operational brief. The cockpit door is closed. Let's conduct the briefing. Alright, we're departing from runway 05 right. I do not have any intersection plan, so it's going to be full length. Departing out of 05 right. As we push in text, sorry, the SID designation as discussed is the Recce for Quebec. Let me look back. And where do I see the start charts? Alright, Recce is for Quebec. Tells us to take get Air 1005 right on a heading of 045, make a right turn towards Vinod, above 500 feet. Sorry, in between 500 feet, we start the turn. After proceeding to Vinod, we will proceed down. When we reach 4000, make a left turn, proceed towards Budlu, which has a speed restriction of 210 knots. For some reason, this is really irritating me. We have a speed restriction of 210 knots and 5000 feet as per ATC. Once we cross that, we proceed to Recce at 5000 feet on a tracker 174. And we make a right turn, proceed to Limes, and then to Car. And then as per a flight plan route, which has already been fed in and cross-checked. The first year altitude is no ATC, so we expect to climb flight level 320. The MSA Mora is well within our operational range. And an extra fuel and time today calculated is 12 minutes, 12 minutes, 400 kgs. That should be sufficient. From my side, hotspots and taxi, we are on ground charts 10-9. Alright, if you notice, we are somewhere in the domestic terminal, heading for our flight out. So parking stand and coordinates. No, that was the wrong chart. So taxi chart. Did I miss it? 10-9 as the airport info. Well, in any case, we can always use this. So we're somewhere where we push back for 05 right facing southwest taxi out is going to be either by Bravo 5 or Bravo 6, join Alpha, and then we go all the way down for Alpha 10 intersection departure, getting out for Rekis for Sierra, I think if I'm not wrong. The stop margin for audio, this does not tell us there is no inch north SID. For return diversion, we've already planned Auckland 05 right for arrival. There are no special operations where RBSM capable, and we will be planning out an RMP approach into Wellington. So we will discuss that there. There are no non-standard operation threats. It is an unfamiliar territory for me, so yeah, that is one threat, and that is going to be about it. Briefing completing question. If no question, let's carry out the cockpit preparation checklist. Cockpit preparation, cabins and covers removed. Fuel quantity is 5,320 kg balance. Seat belt signs on. And while we're at it, let me start the APU. Aiders is nav, and battle reference QNH 1015. Set cockpit preparation checklist complete. And since we are on board and the delay is on my end now, ground services, shut the doors please, remove the PCA, chocks to remain on, and you can toggle the jetway away please. That did not work. Yeah, there it goes. It's retracted its little cone and it goes away, and our APU is coming up nice and fine. The APU is available, external power is off, APU bleed is on. Let's disconnect our GPU, and parking brake is set so the chocks can go off and connect the tug. That is done. We should be ready for push and start. There's the fuel page on. Alright, all doors are closed. Ground confirm all doors closed and aircraft is clear. For aircraft is clear. Aircraft is clear. Crew to close and arm all doors. Cross check and report. Alright, let's take in the final load sheet. Is there any changes? Please read messages. Load sheet. This is the compliance with edition 2. Let's accept that. Return. And let's tell these guys to resend the final load sheet, please. Load sheet sent to 8 cars. Alright, that should be the final load sheet. Let's check it out. To compliance with edition 2. 2454.9, so it has increased by decimal 1/0 fuel weight of CG of 32.8. So that's about there. Fuel remains the same, giving us a takeoff weight of 60 tons versus 60 tons, except that. And flight plan. And the performance has been calculated as discussed. Alright, since we are ready for push and start, assuming our pushback clearance is obtained, beacon is on, confirming windows are closed, thrust lever is at idle, parking brake is set. Alright, before such checklist, parking brake set, takeoff speeds and thrust. V1 126, VR 130, V2 130, flex of 68. Windows closed, beacon on before start checklist is complete. Ground cockpit, we are cleared to push back. Nose will be facing southwest. Start brake is released. Start pushback, please. Well, that appears to be 2 knots. Beacon is on and the time is started. Let's start engine 2 and 1. Just started. Engine 2 looks stabilized, starting engine 1. Alright, pushback is complete, parking brake is set. Please disconnect the tow bar. Look right here, I can barely see anything. Both engines seem to be stabilized. Mode selector normal, APU bleed off, APU off. On the spoilers, flaps are 2, and yeah, it's down 0.6, so it's quite down today. As we steering disconnect, and how do I get rid of that? Look at ground power is off, push back, stop. Alright, there it goes. Since everything here is looking alright, let's do the flight control check. Pull up, pull down, neutral, pull left, pull right, neutral, rudder, pull left, pull right, neutral. Auto brake max, transponder is set to that. Alright, after start checklist, after start NES is off, ECAM state is checked, pitch trim. We have 31.4% set, rudder trim neutral. After start checklist complete, and signals and pins are considered received and sighted. Let's taxi up. Alright, thankfully we will not be requiring wipers because I just hate them. But yeah. Off brake is released. Clear left side and clear right side. Brake check. Pressure 0. Big Bravo 5, which is the first left. Clear left side on Alpha, turning right on Alpha. Here comes the ATC. So, please contact me on 123.9. Alright, let's give him a call on 123 decimal. Oh no, let's see.
2108, pressure on my 02. Clear dial,
New Zealand Center, New Zealand 625 with you on taxiway Alpha at Auckland.
He's on 625, Auckland today. Next time you check control information, please do extend service here in New Zealand. Otherwise, please Wellington 13220. Pagla 3 departure, Carl transition Squawk 500.
Stand by one. We will just call you back in 1 second. New Zealand 625, and just confirming squawk is 5221.
165 negative 500.
5004. We're holding position and get back to you, New Zealand 625.
So 665, hold at present position, please.
Holding present position, New Zealand 65. All right, New Zealand 625, we are now ready to copy the ATC. My apologies. We are at Auckland with information QNH 1015 requesting IFR to Wellington A320.
New Zealand 625, okay, please Wellington 1, followable 320, Tackler 3 Quebec departure, Carl transition school 500.
New Zealand 625, clear destination Wellington as filed, Wellington 1, flight level 320, Pegler 3 departure, preparation, Pegler 3 Quebec departure, Carl transition, squawk 5004, New Zealand 625.
Jump 625, break back, correct, take holding Alpha 9, runway 05.
Alpha 905 right, New Zealand 625. So that's 5004 on the squawk. That is set. We will have to quickly change our departure because he has given us the Pegler 5. Oh, sorry, Pegler 3 Quebec. And the transition remains at call, so let's introduce that. There goes all the way to call. Let's just clear the discontinuity here and insert that. And go to performance. Now we clear Alpha 9. So cabin is secured. Let's do the takeoff config check. And while we're at it, you can quickly check the chart as well. We'll end up. Departures. Regular 3 Quebec. Alright, it's basically the same thing, but now we have a above 6,000 and 320, so there's a stop climb at 10,000, so I'm going to set 10,000 on the FCU. That is done. We are ready for the taxi check. Let's flight controls checked. Flap setting config 2. Radar pick temperature on an auto. Engine mode selector is normal. ECAM memo is takeoff no blue. Cabin is ready. Taxi checklist complete. We taxi forward. All check seem to have completed.
Taxi out 908, establish Starlink here. Pixel 210, thanks very much, wind calm, runway 02, clear to land. Clear to land 02, 208.
Let me quickly look at the start chart. Start chart and all right, he wanted to set Alpha 9 and New Zealand Center. New Zealand 625, maybe request Alpha 10 for departure. We are unable Alpha 9.
He's on 625, Roger, wait for takeoff, but it's fine. Fly Alpha 10, runway 05, clear.
Yeah, takeoff 05 right, New Zealand 625, thanks. Alright, we were lucky that we shot that, we overcrossed that. We are ready, let's go. Nice buzz all. There's the transponder 423 area. When ready, line up check. Let's line up. Takeoff runway is 05 right, Alpha 10. TCAS, TAR, packs 1 and 2 are on as you're doing a packs of takeoff. The line up checklist is complete. Clear left side and approach path is clear. Let's go. We are 50% takeoff. And flight 68 SR is runway out of thrust blue.
He's on 768, in 5 star, very close to 5. He's on 768, in 5 star, profile to 570.
V1, rotate. Climb. Get up. And AP1 is on.
Up down, Charlie 172, contact on all control, 123, 129. 123, just 19, Charlie 172.
Wow, 30 knots of wind at about 1,000 feet above the ground.
Charlie 172, we'll be on 123, just 19. Papa down, Charlie 172, control,
first climb out of course.
1,000 feet. Auckland International Airport, QNH 1011. When ready, send 11000, information to par, 1016, Papa down, Charlie 172. Takes out 210, let the postpaid print. Takes all 2108, takes the postpaid file. Postpaid file, Alpha 08 kid.
Zero, speed check.
Clear, direct hold. So he's on 550, clear, deal, into 4,000 feet.
Descend, sorry, can you please repeat that?
He's yellow 570, clear, deal, descend to 4,000 feet, right up.
Clear direct deal, down to 4,000 feet, radar range will be 550.
He's on 625, verify level.
Climb passing 4,500 for on the Pagla 3 Quebec. New Zealand 65.
In a flight cancelled, turn right, 180, radar train, climb level 320.
Could you please say again the heading only, climb back level 320, New Zealand 65.
He's on 625, turn right, cancelled, turn right, heading 180, radar train.
Right heading 180, climb flight level 320, New Zealand 65. Yeah, climb flight level 320, so it's open climb and we go all the way at 320. Alright, since flaps are 0, we can do the acceleration flow pattern, which is spoilers disarmed, lights going off. And again we go this up. We are approaching 10,000 feet. Standard is set. Priming passing flight level 10-3 now. 10,000 feet checks. Lights are going off. It's a fairly short flight, so the seatbelt signs are going off as we clear the red nav. Oh, red nav is clear, and secondary is going to be a copy of the active. There it goes. What did we lose? Nav error flash up. I thought I'd synced it. Sim settings, sim setting.
He's on 625, resume navigation, direct Carl.
Direct call, New Zealand 625, thanks.
He's on 570, cleared RMP and key approach from my 05, 10 feet.
Alright, there we go, direct call now.
KPR gang 05, right, arrival 1016, descend 3000, 0570.
He's on 570, report at Hatama.
Report at Hatama, 570.
Auckland Grannies on 627, stand 29 on clearance, Queenstown, flight level 360, Papa 1016.
He's Yellow 625, g'day, Christchurch, so Auckland Control cleared the Queenstown 2, flight level 360, tag light 3, departure, car flight transmission, school 5743.
Cleared the Queenstown 2 level 360, over 3 Quebec departure, car flight transmission, squawking 5743, New Zealand 627.
He's Yellow 627, thanks very much, 3 back departure.
Once we go Tapa, we can set our arrival and let's see, what do we expect there? We can set We were expecting runway 16, and I love the RNP 16, which is why I do it. And New Zealand Center, New Zealand 625 request.
625.
Any chance we could get RNP X-ray for runway 16 at Wellington?
New Zealand 625 unavailable.
Copy. It's detected. Let's put on the idea. And since this sim hates it, let's put on all of them.
New Zealand 570, contact for approach on 124.3.
Contact for approach on 124.3 using 570 CS.
He's on 627 for further contact approach on 124.3.
1243, he's on 627.
He's on 768 DC invite protocol. Cleared RFP from runway 06 report Milford.
Cleared RFP approach from runway 07 and report at Malta. Approach New Zealand 768 at Mortar, passing 3,000 feet.
New Zealand 768, thanks very much. Tauranga wind 360 degrees, 14 knots, runway 07, cleared to land.
Runway 07, cleared to land, New Zealand 768.
New Zealand 625, stand by for start cleans, they'll be issued shortly, according to real world procedures. Papa Charlie 172, contact with Auckland approach on 124.3.
124.3, Papa Charlie 172. Thanks very much, William. Good night.
Beautiful starry night, and we're just climbing above the tops. Beautiful starry night is going to be.
New Zealand 625, clear T-Papa 4 Bravo, arrival runway 16.
Tower over Bravo, arrival for runway 16, New Zealand 625, thank you. Alright, since we've been cleared Tower 4 Bravo, let's see what's the arrival that we can expect. Tower 4 Bravo tells us this is gonna be vectors for let's try the ILS, the ILS Yankee, and for 123.7 New Zealand 625. Delta New Zealand 625 with you, flight level 320.
He's on 625,
Papa 4 Bravo for the ILS Yankee 06, and it's going to be redirected, so no BS. Let's see our flight plan. Land range, let's reduce the range here. As we proceed to Tapa, we got to press heading, insert that, manage nav. Alright, into destination data, I am going to be entering that really soon. We have a few miles before we start our descent. As we proceed to tap up, we will make a turn towards Peruda, and then a right turn towards Hewitt. That's Hewitt right there. After Hewitt, we expect to continue to Whitby, and after Whitby, make a turn at about, yeah, we should be in at Whitby. We expect an ILS for 16. Right after Whitby, we get to Cairns, and then for the ILS, so that looks alright. Since everything here is alright, we can request METAR NZWN, and it gives us a lovely METAR. Actually, you know what? You can also request
He's on 625, when ready to set up level 15.
when ready to send flight level 150, New Zealand 625. Alright.
Welcome Tauranga, backtrack if you require. Vacate Alpha 1 taxi, standard choice by the open cross grass area.
Indian New Zealand 626.
Alright, is light rain ODF field, temperature is 11, QNH 1016, so let's put that in. This is serviced by the Wellington VOR, so I'm going to tune Wellington VOR on one side.
He's on 776, back right, the apron.
Cruise looks alright, descent.
Right, 628.
Winds were 16012. Temperature is 111016. The TA, the approach minimums today are 300, so let's put in that. This looks alright. Fuel prediction secondary, I am not going to modify as I've already prepared for the arrival there. Auto brake's going to be low, and FO is going to cross check that while I quickly run through the briefing. Alright, operational briefing on the arrival. The arrival as given to us is the TAP 6 question 4 Bravo arrival. The MSMO is well above. The tower is as discussed for an ILS approach. Why do I have this page open? Everything alright. Status is checked. So this is reporting normal. And let's do. Oh, open descent, please. Mark descent. All blue, flight level 150 blue. Approach minimums as discussed are 300, and the goal on trajectory tells us that track 1602 Urbine. Actually, let me show you that as well, so you can also have a look. Approach. Oh, I selected my alternate. My apologies. Wellington approach. Let's start mark this. Alright, next approach at the time, track straight at 2160. So we go straight. At Urbine, fly over. Turn left track 150, mandatory 3000, expected Victor's max 185 knots. Let's check that on our flight plan. As we proceed after Cairns, we get Urbine, which is a flyover, intercept heading, and we proceed out radio 158. And it's a manual, and speed restriction of 185 knot remains, so that is good. Back to the perf page. Alright, and an extra fuel time today of 700 kgs, 21 minutes, plenty of fuel to hold and divert in case required. Guidance for approach is going to be the autopilot, both the autopilots if in case we're doing in the ILS. Landing flap setting is config, full stop margin to be calculated, and I can quickly run that. And it's going to be runway 16, conditions are reported as wet. Apply METAR, it's going to be a landing weight today of 0 fuel weight is 54.9, 57.58 tons, so let's just put that 58 right there. Our rate is low, 58.0. Our rate is going to be medium. Idle reverse thrust is no, it's going to be max reverse. Flaps are full, manual landing. Alright, so that is why we cross check our performance, because it is so highly required. Alright, flap setting is going to be auto brake is medium as discussed. Plan runway exit. Let me quickly open the runway chart as well and pin that for you. 10-9. Alright, there it is. Pin. Alright, we land on runway 16. We try and make it Alpha 9, Alpha 8 or else Alpha 10 or Alpha 11 in the end. And somewhere over here, East Apron or the terminal, we can expect our stands. Let's look at the parking stands. This. So, this is taxiway Alpha. We enter the apron via one of these intersections in between, labeled from Bravo 5 all the way to Bravo 10. And Zulu 1 and Zulu 2, I assume, are holding zones. So we cross them into Quebec or Romeo and into one of our aprons. So that's about it. That looks lovely. And there are no special operation, non-standard operational threats. It's a new airfield, so that's the only threat that remains. We will keep a lookout for that. Mission complete. Any questions? No questions. Alright. Seatbelt signs are coming on. Let's get some lights on.
New Zealand 625, C211, 1000 feet, exhilarating, 1016.
Descend 1000 feet on QNH 1016, New Zealand 625.
New Zealand 625, contact Wellington Bridge 119.3.
Approach on 119.3, New Zealand 625. Thank you. Good day. New Zealand approach. New Zealand 625 with you, descending passing 236 for flight level. Correction for 1000 feet on a QNH of 1016. Tap for Bravo.
New Zealand 625, Wales approach, good day. Descend via the star 8000.
Descend via the star to 8000, New Zealand 625, confirming QNH is 1016.
New Zealand 625, 1016.
Thank you. Right, what is the message? I'm sure it's a delay message. It's
New Zealand 628, port position.
Passing through 3,500 New Zealand 678.
New Zealand 678, identified flying flight level 3.
Flight level 330 New Zealand 678.
New Zealand 456, yep. New Zealand 678, you can cancel the SID, turn right, track direct to Brussels.
Direct Brussels for New Zealand 678.
New Zealand 456, thanks. New Zealand 625, descend via star 4000. New Zealand 456, unfortunately Christchurch control is offline. Montague on 122.8, see ya. New Zealand 456, Wellington approach.
New Zealand 456.
New Zealand 456, unfortunately Christchurch controls offline, so monitor Unicom 122.8, yeah.
Of course, perfect. Thanks. I wanted to see someone.
I think I was on mute all this while. Approaching our destination. Let's pause the music there. And let's focus on the arrival speed. The approach phase should activate itself rather soon. We're about 14 hours from touchdown, and
New Zealand 625, DC 3000, cleared ISD approach. Zulu, runway 16, report established.
Descent 3000 cleared island Zulu, runway 16 established, New Zealand 625. Approach phase is activated, confirm.
New Zealand 678, unfortunately crash control offline, Unicom 122.8.
122.8.
And New Zealand 678, no traffic advisory, you've got traffic 2.5 miles on your course, he'll be stopping at 320.
GSR, Rockstar GSR, and the total altitude is 3000, which is set. Pre-check, flaps 1. Check, flaps 2. We're at 10 miles, so we can go speed 160. New Zealand 625 established INS-16.
New Zealand 65, winds 150 at 13, runway 16.
Clear to land runway 16, New Zealand 625. Alright, we're clear to land. Nicely approaching. Alright, speed is clear down. Speed is managed. Sorry. Spoilers are armed and the lights are on. Speed check, flaps 3. Flaps full, speed check, flaps full. Landing checklist. ECAMMO landing, no blue, cabin is ready, landing checklist complete. To prepare for arrival. Should come up rather soon. We are fully stabilized. Let's take over. I have controls. Get one. Runway is inside. Slightly hazy, cloudy air. Some lovely scenery on the right. Well, the next flight definitely has to be in the day. Correct. Land. Continue. Okay. Oh, that would definitely have been better. Getting Alpha 7, New Zealand 65.
New Zealand 65, welcome to Wellington. Choice my
Bravo 7 Star Shore is New Zealand 625. Thank you. Alright, we've been given stand of choice, so let's.
And all station Wellington approach now closing. Unfortunately, no vacancy available. Launching 122.8.
That's Bravo 7. Where do you reckon we should be parking? Take one of the aeroplane stands, or right, left and right. then go off. Alright, lead is on. 10 seconds check. About 10 seconds. Engine's going off. Once monitor is off, timer is to 0. And welcome to Wellington. Alright. Beacons going off, speedboat signs are off. You can start the deplaning through the summer doors, cross check and report. And I should get the message devote now. There it goes. Let's quickly toggle the jetway. Cabin control, auto door, auto jam. Line. Let's say that no, we didn't. Sorry. Ground services, toggle jetway, open the doors, connect the aft stairs, but does not need to be open. While that is happening, we can start preparing for our return flight. I do not need the GPU. Great. The next sector is from Wellington to Christchurch, so let me quickly import that. That should have fixed my flight plan. Applied. Alright, refresh. So this is completed. Import next line. Alright, that is plus 6 minutes. We're already late on that, so Let's make that, you know what we'll do? We'll make that like 9:45. So we'll, yeah, minus 38 minutes. That makes sense. Once that is done, we have the latest METAR here, and we can ground services, mass and balance, load aircraft. It's gonna be fast, only 105 people, so not too great of loads today. All right, let's start setting it up as always. Let's do a quick check of the position. We do not need a realignment. Let's go to the ATSU AOC flight in it. It is already here. We had put in. Let's see. Did we get it? Let's do a preliminary takeoff checks. It's going to be 16. It is wet. Optimal flight specs are going to be on. Sync live weather. And let's do a calculate on that. All right, we have the speeds at flaps 2, down 0.6, 62, 17, 30, 30. That is good enough for us. We are going from Wellington to Christchurch now with a full sign today of A in the 353. And let me quickly amend that on my Watson profile as well. So disconnect, connect, AMZ 353 and connect. There it is. Alright, this is done. We have our flight plan. The cost index for today's flight, same brief. Let's do a fetch again. 353. Cost index remains at 11. Cruise altitude is 280. And a top of climb temperature of 43. That's alright. Ground temperature is reported at 11 degrees, so let's put that 11. And for the sake of this flight, let's fly a nice, lovely morning. The flight plan takes us for a departure from runway 16 via the Euro 1 Quebec. So let's put that in. Euro 1 Quebec and a transition of Winam. Let's insert that. We get everything until Miss-X, and then we expect the Miss-X 7 Bravo into Christchurch for runway 20. Since there is no ATC, we might finally be able to carry out the RNP approach that we've been requesting them for so long. So that is a good thing. The ride nav comes into the Wellington VR, which is already tuned for one side. Secondary is going to be a copy of the active for a turn back via a core agro. So that's NZWN. New destination, arrival. It's going to be INS Zulu 16 without a star, without a wire, and the performance for the same remains the same of weather. The winds are 150 at 13. Temperature is 11 and a QNH of 1016. Approach maneuvers carried already with 300. This looks alright. Let's take a look at load. We got a zero fuel weight of 54.4. Range of 30%. Block filter is 6.4. Sorry, 6.3. And since we have the wind column, that means I have not requested for the winds. Alright, alternate fuel required today is 2.8. Let's put that in. gives us an MDF of 3.8 versus 3 point, almost 4 tons for that for right. Speeds have been calculated. We get 2 down 0.662, 2 / down 0.662. And we get 1730. Everything looks alright. I plan to be cross-checked. Temperature set. LS buttons are off and not required. Constraints. This is down here. We have no ATC, so we're climbing all the way to 80. Change this back to 2000. Let's reset the timer as well. LS button off here, please. And boarding is complete, lovely. So in that case, would you please resend the load sheet so we can copy down some of our numbers? Serial menu, Excel, AOC menu, receive messages. Wow, that is a lot of revision to addition to. All right, the fuel weight is 54.5. Slash CG remains at 28.8. Wow. Block fuel is 6.3, giving us a takeoff weight of 60.7 versus 60.6. That is all right. We can accept this and return. And let's calculate our final weights. All right, sync final load sheet, sync weather again. Let's do it's wet. All right, to up 0.3 in this case now, and 61 slash up 0.3, and the flex has reduced by 1 degree. And this comes down to 1730 versus 1730. We are good to go. Fueling is complete. APU is on. Let's put in the seatbelt signs on, and let's close all our doors. Right, parking brake is set. Alright, since everything is done, what's the company message again? Oh crap, there were a whole bunch of company messages that I didn't see, so. Okay. Alright, all company messages are done with. Let's revise the quick departure brief for this sector. Alright, airplane status remains the same. Takeoff runway is going to be runway 16 today. As we get out from runway 16, we get airborne in a southerly direction, and we get the departure as discussed of Grove in Quebec. So that's the departure that we expect. We get airborne and proceed to Venom. So it's immediate takeoff, slight right turn, preparation left turn, 120, proceed via Venom transition via ITSA to Venom. And then as per our flight plan route, first cleared altitude there, we have no ATC, so we expect to climb all the way to 280. The MSMO has been checked in an extra fuel time of 14 minutes, 500 kgs. Plenty of fuel. Hotspots in taxi as we taxi out today. We are at stand, come on. We're somewhere over here, so we expect taxi out for runway 16. We will go to point, what was the point again? Zulu 2. So, yeah, Zulu 2, Bravo 7, enter Alpha, all the way down for Alpha 1, full length departure, getting out. There is no stop margin has been calculated. There is no engine out set, return or diversion as discussed. There are no special operations or non-standard operations that we will be carrying out. Threats, terrain on the departure path, so terrain is on your side. And yeah, if we really get a chance, we'll get some really nice approach done into Queenstown. That's what our briefing is complete. Cockpit preparation, weapons and covers removed. Fuel quantity is 6,340 kgs balance. Seatbelts on, aiders are nav, battle reference QNH 1016. Cockpit preparation checklist complete, and we have another company message. Another road sheet. Oh, this is the prelim. Oh, thank you. All right, everything seems to be set. We are all doors are closed. Ground confirm all doors closed and aircraft is clear. It appears to be the same. Aircraft looks clear. All doors are closed. All right, in that case, let's connect the tug. Parking brake is set, and let's carry out the before start scan. So beacons on, windows are closed both sides. Parking brake is set, and thrust levers are at idle. Before start, parking brake set, takeoff speeds and thrust. V1117, VR130, V2130, flex of 61. Windows closed, beacon is on. Before start checklist complete. Crew close and armor doors, cross check and report. Alright, all doors seem to be armed. We are ready for a pushback. We will face it generally that direction, and let me quickly do the trick so I get some textures back. That is some beautiful scenery we came in and landed at, and I totally bulked the landing, so no points for that. Alright, brakes are released. Cleared for push start. And we can start our engine, starting engine 2. Sufficient, I can stop here and complete the taxi out myself. Starting is number 1. Well, alright, this is down to neutral. APU bleed is direction mode selector normal, APU bleed off, and temperatures are not requiring, so that is not required from the first officer side. We go spoilers, flaps are to 2, sorry, and let's quickly check. It was 0.3, so that's 1, 2, and 3. 0.3 is checked. Let's do a quick flight control check. Pull up, pull down, neutral, pull left, pull right, neutral rudder, pull left, full right, neutral, auto brake max, decaf to on. This can go to system, see, system 1, auto, and auto. Alright, ground equipment is clear both sides. After start check, let after start, anti-ice off, ECAM status check, pitch trim. 27.1% set rudder trim, neutral, hand signals and pins are clear left side, clear right side. We are clear to taxi. Alright, so taxi is gonna be, as discussed, we taxi out right and then right onto Alpha and then let's go. Okay. Clear left on Bravo 7, we turn right onto the main apron line. Alright, turning left onto for Alpha. Clear left fine, clear right side, turning right on Alpha. Whoa. You change the sensitivity settings on my oops. Cabin is secured. Takeoff config test. Taxi flight controls checked. Flap setting config 2. Radar and quick dementia system on and auto. Engine mode selected normal. ECAM and mode takeoff no rule. Taxi checklist is complete. Brake fans are on. Brakes are a little hot after that medium grade landing. Quite an uphill hill. Taxi. Approach path closing clear for runway 16. We can enter via Alpha 1. Lineup checklist. Lineup. Takeoff runway 16 Alpha 1, TCAS TAR Apex 1 and 2 are on. Line of checklist is complete. Brake lines are going off. Tables are secured. Enter and go. Take off. Stabilize. And flight 61 SRS runway altitus blue. Is check. 100 knots check. V1. Rotate. What's a climb? Get up. Nav. V1 is going on. Lever climb, thrust climb, climb out of thrust. Flaps 1, speed check. Flaps 1. I'm gonna keep flaps 1 for now until I start accelerating beyond a grower. A grower definitely seems the point where we should accelerate, so let's see. As it goes. Flap 0, speed check. Flap 0. Spoilers disarm. And lights going up. Alright, 10,000 feet checks. Hi there, buddy. Nice to catch you. So here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to figure out how can I do an R&B approach into Christchurch. Oops, I've already reached. Oh, I'm not really approaching my top of distance, so I should start preparing my arrival. R&B Yankee is via Shuttle, X-ray is also via LVAX, and Whiskey is via Fenix. Let's see what do we have. Where am I coming from? I'm coming from ODC, so there's no way I can do an R&B approach. none of them intersect via ODC. Oh, I can. No, that's not a turn that is possible. Yeah, that turn is really not possible. You can't really be going like that. Yeah, you see that? So since that cannot be done, we will have to revert to an ILS. And let's erase all this. Alright, let's quickly plan the ILS. Alright, we can go back to flight plan. Please close this. We got an arrival ILS 20 via the Messi 7. Was it the Bravo? Yeah, Messi 7 Bravo. And there's no transition via, so all we have is insert that. Speed decelerate. Alright, let's start descending as well. It's the auto to get us latest weather at Christchurch. So we get winds are auto. Sorry, 210 at 2. So that's calm winds. Temperatures of 8 degrees and 1018. So let's remember that. Right now can be auto tune. I do not need this. Yeah, I'm entering the data. It's 0/0. Temperatures 8, and what was the QNH again? 1018. And Jesus, it does actually. I missed the top of descent, so yeah, maybe that could also be one of the reasons. It's almost a straight in arrival, and I have clearly missed my descent. I'm descending 10,000 for now. I'm going to refine it as we get closer. Alright, let's look at the approach minimums that I had set out here. Alright, approach minimums are 293. That's 2903. That's all set, that's all set. Secondary copy of the active. It's good. We're pretty high, so let's take over. Let's increase the speed a little bit so we get a little bit rate of descent. Why is this on? 340 is a little too much of an exaggeration. Let's try 320 for now. Right. Lever of altitude is 2000, so I think we're all the way to 2, and she should be able to match this into Christchurch. Alright, I think it prepare for approach. Let's turn on the music again. And let's prepare for this approach again. It's a standard ILS, so not really much to do about it. Approach is on. Let's enter destination data. I have already entered the destination data. Weather really took a change of its turn, huh? Wasn't so bad. Lockstar. Flaps 1, speed check, flaps 1. Lock. Are you alive? Flaps 2, speed check, flaps 2. Yes, our current altitude is 4,000, so that's it. Get down. Crew prepare for arrival. Flaps 3, speed check, flaps 3, flaps 4, speed check, flaps 4, landing checklist, ECAMO, landing mode, blue, cabin ready, landing checklist is complete. And seem to be set. Final flight, Air Patrols, Cat 1. V approach lights are in sight. Hopefully I have a better landing than what I did in Wellington. Alright, since temperature is 8 degrees, I'm just gonna keep the anti-ice on the engines. I can see you from the ground. Oh, lovely. I should be able to see you maybe if I get a little closer. I don't know what my range is set to. And I hope this time you're in an airplane that I can really recognize instead of a 380 flying to lay. This time it's a 3. Well, I'm hoping the delivery matching is a little better than what it was the last time.
500.
Check. Land.
100 above. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. A320, retard.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Lisa. Comfortably vacate to the left. Welcome to Christchurch. Come on, pick it up. Oopsie. Trying to find that wee lonely 320 parked somewhere over there. There it is. Can see myself finally. Let me take the aero bridge that is right there. So I think yours is a taxi out bay if I'm not wrong. Oh, you soon. Well, let's put the lights off. Going in nice on this line, but a little close to comfort that aero bridge. Brakes are set, lead is on, engine blades are going, correction engine IDS is going on, 10 seconds on the timer. 10 seconds, engine's going off. Welcome to Christchurch. Record. That is nifty. I think the airplane do the job of. Right. We can also open the aft right and the aft stairs. Bulk cargo does not need to be opened, and I do not need the GPU. Let's quickly come up here. The lights are off, everything is set, and let's quickly check our performance of the aiders. So that's data, position monitor. They are still within margin, so not too bad. Since stocks are set, brakes can be released, and wheel page. Brake temperatures are not that high, so brake fans can remain off. Alright, let's prepare for the last sector. I shall be back in just a second. Until then, there you go. Alright, since we are back, we can start importing the flight. Completed, import next flight. Here we crap, it always picks up the wrong time. Let me try this. 11 o'clock, how does that sound? I need to see what is the time in my sim. It's 23:25, so I need to keep it somewhere close to that. Maybe maybe let's make it 0000. Yeah, 35 makes a lot of sense. All right, let's do Atsu AOC flight init request. There it is, ANZ 5653. That is the flight we're going to be taking out. And let's quickly start mass and balance. Everything looks alright. Load aircraft, it is going to be fine. We finally have good load on this flight. We went down to our bare 3-digit numbers on the previous sector. So let's go over it again. Ground control is on. PVR is not required. No realignment is required. Everything here looks alright. Finally back to normal. Tests are not required. Over here, LS buttons can go off. I like to again take off from this view, and rest everything here looks alright. Let's start filling in the MCDU. Alright, we're going from Christchurch to Queenstown with an alternate back to Christchurch. Flight number is ANZ5653, and let me quickly amend that in Watson as well. Disconnect, connect. Be online. There it is, ANZ 5653, and while we're at it, that does not really look nice, but that is a DX12 issue which I am still trying to figure out how and why. Alright, our cost index today is 15. It's going to be a rather quick flight, and we expect to cruise at 300. We're expecting a top of climb temperature of 46. There it goes. Temperature on the ground today is 8 degrees. Chilling, and tropo is also fairly low here. Alright, flight plan. Departure is expected to be out of runway 20 for the AXAC 1 Quebec. That's the first one. The transition is if we have Puput. Yeah, we do have Puput. And let's insert that. Let's check our flight plan. It is all the way to El Roof, and then we expect the El Roof to Alpha. Sweet. I'm gonna keep this to the Christchurch we are, which is Charlie Hotel. Yeah, the first one. Let's check a 0. We have a 0 today of 60.7. Pretty high payload. An arbitrary CG that I put always. Block fuel is 5.7. That includes a little bit of extra fuel, and the winds, so you can request winds. Alternate fuel is about 1.7, giving us a total MDF of 2.7, whereas it is about 3 tons, so anything lower than this value is good. Let's do our AFP calculations. We are going to be taking off from runway 20, was it? Yeah, it's going to be runway 20. It is wet, optimum config packs are on, and yes, will be engine only actually. And let's sync the weather, sync film data, calculate. It's given us lovely figures of 2 down point 354. And 38, 49.51. It looks alright. Everything else is fine. Let's go to the ATSO menu, see if we have any received messages. New ones in the ops for the delay again and the arrival time. So yeah, we did come in on a little early. So since that's alright, let's quickly run through the briefing. Alright, departure runway. There it is. Load sheet. The prelim load sheet has come in, which is acceptable. Alright, let's do a quick departure brief. Departure runway, I'm sorry. Takeoff runway is going to be runway 20 as discussed. It is going to be ground charts 10-9, there it is. Alright, so we're somewhere over here. We push back facing northeast. Taxi out will be via Alpha all the way down to Alpha 2 departure for runway 20. The departure chart is at Set 1 Quebec. There it is. Getting airborne, slight right turn 1211 to ATSAT, and then our transition is via Kuput, so we proceed on 217 to Kuput all the way out. Catch Bravo speed restriction, catch Charlie, and the restriction is minimum 150 knots, so we're definitely going to be higher than that, and max 220 knots till 6000 if unable to comply. Advise ATC at startup. Everything else looks fine. Turns prior to DER is not authorized. So this is departure end of runway. So you cannot turn before you cross the runway. You cannot make those really low turns. Rest everything looks all right. Firstly, there is no ATC, and so therefore there is no cleared altitude. I'm gonna set all the way to our cruise of flight level 300. Set, and an extra fuel and time today of 19 minutes 700 kgs, which is fantastic. Alright, departure free from the weapons by taxing out. It's not fairly congested, it's going to be alright. Stop margin is sufficient for the RTO, there is no engine offset. Return to diversion again has been planned for a return to Christchurch. And there are no special operations, non-standard operations, threats unidentified airfield. There are no miscellaneous. Briefing complete. Any questions? If no questions, let's carry out the cockpit preparation. Get engine covers. Remove fuel quantity. We have 5670 kgs balanced. Seat belts are on. ADIRS. Our nav para reference QNH 1018 set. Cockpit preparation checklist is complete. Let's see how much of the boarding is remaining. Quite a few guys. There's an hotel right at the airport. Fantastic. Lovely looking airplane. I know US has a forward base here. Alright, last two guys to go. Yeah, boarding is complete. Dismiss. Resign load sheet. Load sheet. Alright, zero fuel weight is 60.7 and a CG of 31.5. Block fuel of 5.7 gives us takeoff weight of 66.3 versus 66.2. That's alright, so we can accept that. And let's do our performance calculations. Think to final, calculate. Alright, it's 2 down 0.3, 55, 2 down 0.3, 55, and speeds are 38, 48, 50. 38, 48, and 50. We are good to go. Let's close all our doors for hopefully a before time departure now. Ground services, parking brake is set. We may remove the chokes, close the doors. Everything is those connect the dog. And since we are ready for a push and start, let's put the beacon on, check the doors are closed, parking brake is set, thrust lever idle. Let's carry out the before start parking brake is set, takeoff speeds and thrust V1138, VR138, V2150, Lexo 55, windows closed, beacon on, before start checklist complete. Let's start pushing back. Oh, that is some serious game error. Hey, Richard was supposed to taxi. Yeah, no. Many taxis are. I'm sorry if I tried to push back into you. The engines. Start engine 2. Starting engine 1. Engine 1 is good. Mode selection normal. Engine bleed off. Anti-ice is on, masters are off, spoilers are on, flaps to 2, and the trim is down 0.3. So the flight control check, pull up, pull down, neutral, pull left, pull right, neutral, rudder, pull left, pull right, neutral, clear disconnect, hand signals, taxi checklist, flight controls check. After start, anti-ice off, correction, anti-ice on, ECAM status checked, pitch, trim. We have 30.6% set, road trim, neutral, hand signals and pins are received, flight clear, requesting, there is no ATC, so lights are on, it's taxi out. Okay. Alright, Richard seems to be on a nice takeoff roll. That looks amazing, all the water spray effects. Alright, takeoff config is tested. And we are clear on the left and right, no traffic. Entering the runway. Oopsie. Let's close the cruise line. Crew prepare for departure. Taxi checklist, flight controls check, flap setting config 2. Radar and to ensure on and auto engine mode selector, normal and ECAM memo. Takeoff no blue cabin is ready. Taxi checklist completed. Line up checklist. Takeoff runway is runway 20. Runway 20 as full length. TCAS TRA. Tax 1 and 2 are on. Line up checklist complete. Fenix seems to have crossed a test. That's sad, sorry. I think we can get airborne. Take off. Stabilize. And flex 55 SRS runway auto throws blue. Set 100 knots check. A1. Rotate. Also climb. Nav. First climb fine, out of thrust. Flaps 1, speed check, left 1. Flap 0, speed check, flap 0, oil is disarmed, and it's gonna go off. And ice not detected. We are at 8 degrees and we're definitely in some clouding, so I'm gonna keep it on. 10,000 feet checks. Lights can go off. Signal signs are off. Yeah, the right now. Okay. Good. Right. Turning off and passing value over now. Well, let's start planning the arrival. I really want to do the RNP5 here. There it is. This would be RNP Foxtrot 5. No, it's the RNP Zulu 5. Zulu 5, and we are coming in from Elbow. Okay, Elro. Hey, Babu. This is something to be interesting to be looked at. You come in like that, all the way, and fly into the valley, and as you coming down, you're coming from here, Ibabu, all the way down, flying to the valley, a little turn through over the peak here, and land into the runway. And we do in 5. Call an auto. No return for QN. Well, in that case, we will put what's in brief turbulus. NZQN. I was updated quite some time ago, so let's see. Winds are 17010. Temperature is 24 meteorologists. All it says is winds. We'll have to do something to get the latest weather. Yeah, there it is. I get something. So the winds are 106 at 3 knots. Temperature is 5. And the QNH is 1018. And let's see what are the approach minimums that we get. The RNP 009, we have approach minimums of 2300. So let's put 2350. That's alright, that's alright. Secondary is a copy of the active. We are ready for the approach. Auto brakes will be medium. Hi there, Gulshan. What's happening? Are you done with what you were supposed to be doing? Well, the funny thing is, Gulshan, all our filters have been deleted because I made the silly mistake of updating my game driver. So I've got to sit again one day and install all those filters again. Seem to be approaching our top of descent in about 40 miles. So we already prepared ourselves for the arrival. There is some beautiful terrain over there that really shakes the airplane up. Alright, let's start preparing for our arrival. Alright, that looks alright. Let's get our chart out. Alright, what's the above altitude? Wait, it's only at 10,000. Let's start descending. Descend all flow, follow 100 flow.
Wellington traffic, picture over Tango, 5 miles to the north, down, 1 second to stop.
B. What title? So, pardon me for that first delay. Seem to be fairly well. Descending into the valley. And let's prepare parameter for arrival. Seems like it's going to rain quite a bit here today. Speed. All magenta. From low 9 to magenta. Then I come all the way back here. Wait. And let's start doing our 10,000 feet checks. So we are relatively free. LS buttons are not required. Engine mode select is normal 10,000 feet checks up here. Alright, as we come into finals, let's go. First time. That is a beautiful valley. Should have checked my gate on dispatch performance. Right in the distance, you should be able to see the airport. We basically just go almost straight into this hill, and just at the last moment, break off, and somewhere over there is a runway. Look a little carefully, you can see the blinking lights of the airport. I think Ritwik should be on finals by now, or have landed, in fact. Right, let's concentrate on the landing. Speed. Check. Speed. Final up. A little high and fast. So. Speed check. Flaps 1. Yeah, it's coming down. Good track. Laps 2. Three. Laps 4. Boilers around. Crew prepare for arrival. And yeah, everything looks alright. Lights coming on. Great. So, runway is in sight. And let's just check the missed approach altitude. Climb to 10,000 feet, so that will be our missed approach altitude. Right, I have controls.
Queenstown traffic, Air New Zealand 455 vacate at runway 05.
Queensland traffic, Queenstown traffic, New Zealand 5653, final runway 05. FD's off, but are on, runway track is set. Back. The go-around is interesting. We got to climb straight ahead, left turn, climb over the mountains, climbing to 10,000 and escape the valley out. Alright, we got 2x2 rain. Right. Winds are fairly calm, like fortune. Winds from the right.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Oilers, reversing diesel. And backtrack present position. Oh, bad. Since Ritwik thinks to is way ahead, we take the stand on the right, which is 2, I suppose. Yeah, 2. Alright, lights can go off. Alright, the marshal is inside. The transponder is also going off. He's gonna go down the chute. Thank you for that abrupt stop. Alright, let's put the bleed on. Count down the timer for 10 seconds. Terrain can go off from both sides. Oops, sorry, bleed is not on. APU still come on. Not bad, the All Blacks livery is amazing. Alright, the APU must have come on by now. Yeah, bleed is on. 10 seconds. And let me get this out so I can click a lovely picture. Alright, that's about 10 seconds. Engines are going off. 1 and 2 off. And as the engines pull down, that's about less than 5%. Beacons off, pairs off. Let's call the ground services. Deboard, yes please. I don't need the GPU. Doors, stairs, power go. And yep, that looks about right. We are ready for deplaning. As a last step, let's carry the parking checklist button in chocks. Chocks set engines offing, like all fuel pumps are off. Parking checklist is complete, and let's do a quick ADAS check. And there's quite a lot of drift, but still within limits, so no problem. It's a beautiful valley to fly over. Check out that valley to fly in. Innsbruck should be next. Alright, that's it guys. It was a lovely 3-sector flying today, starting all the way from Auckland to Wellington, then to Christchurch, and then finally to Queenstown. Some lovely, not so lovely landings. This one wasn't so bad. We need to definitely work on that, but all in all, not bad. Until next time, so long.